So my name is Sam, and I'm starting this vlog to document me and my husband's foster care journey. We recently decided to pursue our foster care license and become foster parents for babies age 0 to 1, and we're super excited. I think I'm more excited, but Aiden's excited too. He shows less excitement. I very much wear my emotions on my sleeve, so I'm very excited, and I show it mainly by obsessing over the baby registry, but you know. So I just wanted to share a little about what we've done so far and where we started with this whole thing. So first, we came to our decision to become foster parents because I was really craving just becoming a parent. I really want to be a mom. I'm a nanny right now, and I love caring for the little girl that I do, and I just really want that for my own home and, you know, on my own terms, I guess. But we know that we're not really financially ready to support a child on our own. We know that we would need help. We don't have family around here. We are from Pennsylvania, but we currently live in Washington State. And we love it out here, but, you know, we don't have family out here. We have some friends, but that makes it kind of hard. Just don't have as close of support, but that's okay. So anyway, we don't feel financially ready to support our own child for life, but we both feel mentally and emotionally ready to take care of a child. So we knew that we wanted to foster since before we got married. We knew that was something we wanted to do, or foster / or adopt. Yeah, it's just always been on our hearts that something that is really needed in this world for kids to have a loving home that's safe to go to when they really need it the most. Yeah, so we just felt like this was the right time to do it, the right circumstances, because we feel ready to care for a child like that. So we decided to go for it. And the first step really was reaching out to someone. Mainly, well, first of all, I reached out to someone from the State Department. It's called DCYF, the Department for Children, Youth, and Family, something like that. So I went to their website and I filled out an inquiry to become a foster parent. Got an email back, and I was like, okay, here's some information, here's some other things, you know. There was a live Zoom call lunch that you could do with someone from the state office and ask whatever questions you have. So I did that basically right away. It was funny because I opened the email. I was like, oh, that sounds cool, and then I realized it had just started at that time. So I was like, oh, all right, I'll join. Cool. So I did, and I asked just a few questions. We are in an apartment right now. It's not that small. We have 2 bedrooms, but our second bedroom right now is an office, which has a desk for both Aidan and myself, because we're both working on building an online business and working from home full time. So we didn't feel like we could get rid of our office right now, nor did we want to. So, but we figured, you know, we can have a crib in our room, right? And so, yes, I got clarification on that. We can have a crib in our room, but only until they're a year old. So, hence, we're getting licensed for children ages 0 to 1, which is fine with me because I love babies. But, yeah, I think I'll go into, you know, logistics about how we're setting up our apartment for fostering at a different time. But process. Yes. Okay. So I asked some questions, and then I realized I should decide if I want to go with working just with the state or if I want to work with a private agency. And what I learned is that the most beneficial part of working with a private agency is that you have more support. When you work with just the state, it's like each child has their own caseworker, and they follow the child wherever they go. So, you have contact just with the caseworker of different children who might be coming into your home. Whereas with a private agency, you have your own social worker that works with you and helps you in the process and with any children that you get, and is with you on the whole journey, which was really appealing to me because I don't know what I'm doing. And I like asking questions and having help. So I decided on a private agency, and I emailed like 3 different places. One of them kind of rubbed me the wrong way. They were like, well, we don't license people for just ages 0 to 1, so sorry. I'm like, okay. But then another agency said, yeah, we'll do that. That's fine. I'm like, cool. And then the other agency didn't get back to me for like 2 weeks. So, and I was already had given paperwork to the agency that said yes already. So I just decided to go with them. And they seem really nice. The lady emails back really quickly, which I really appreciate. Really appreciate. Yeah. So decided on that, and so our social worker, she told us there are basically 3 phases of getting licensed for foster care. And phase 1 we've already completed, which it was really easy. It was just the initial application for home study. That's like the first one she wanted us to do, I guess. And like filling out a form for a background check, although they won't do the background check until we have like our whole application finished, because once our whole application is finished and turned in, they a clock starts, and they have like 120 days to get us licensed, so that's 4 months. But it can happen faster than that, but still. So anyway, phase 1 was that initial application and the background check paperwork. I think that was it. Yeah. So I sent that in. She was like, great. And then she sent me 3 different emails with a lot of other things. So one email had more forms for us to fill out, which there are like 10, maybe. It's a lot. Another email had the trainings that we have to do, which is an orientation, which takes maybe a couple hours total. The caregiver core training, which is the biggest one, that's a 24-hour training, which is going to take us the longest. And then you also have to take CPR and first aid, which I already have because I'm a nanny, but my husband has to take it. And we both have to take the bloodborne pathogens class as well. So that's the trainings, which all have, well, I don't know if they have to be done before you turn in your application, but it's best because then they don't have to wait for you to finish it and maybe run out of time for their timeline. Yeah, and then the third email, I think, was like vaccinations we have to have, which is like the flu shot and Tdap, that's what it's called. And we have to get a TB test too. I think those are the 3 emails. Yeah, so those are the phase 2 things that we have to finish, which will take us a few months probably. I hope to get it finished like sooner than a few months, but we'll see, because we have to do it when we're home together in the evening, and my husband right now is working a lot in the evening. He doesn't work much in the day, so it's hard to find time, but I've asked him if we can make like a schedule of when we're gonna do trainings, like a few days each week that we can set aside an hour or even half an hour to just work on it together. So yeah, and then phase 3 is the home inspection and home study. Home inspection, making sure our home is safe, and like there's like a whole big list of things they have to check off to make sure it's like safe for the child, and that we have things we need like a crib and a changing station and things. And the home study is where I think a different social worker will come to our home 3 times, if not more, to get to know us and ask us questions and like basically make sure we're not terrible people, which I hope will pass, but you know, who knows. It should be fine. Yeah. And then another big part of this is getting supplies, because we've never been parents. My hand is shaking. I'm gonna switch over here. We've never been parents, so we need supplies to be a parent for a baby. Makes sense, right? There's like tons of things that I have on my registry list, but there are some mandatory things that we need to pass the home inspection, like a crib with a mattress and sheets, a changing station, well, basically like a pad, a changing pad. What else? Lots of safety things like outlet covers. Since we live on the 2nd floor, we need a fire escape ladder for our bedroom that we could like throw out the window. We need a bigger fire hydrant because the one our apartment has is too small, unfortunately. We need a couple baby gates. One for like, we have a cat too, Missy, she's the cutest. But one for like near her litter so the baby can't get into litter. Because we can't close that door because the cat needs to get in there, obviously. And we need like a fireplace barrier gate thing for our fireplace, and we need like a cover for our heaters because it's like baseboard and wall heaters that get hot, so they need to be covered. There's other things. Oh, we need a car seat, and I know there's more, but there's things we need. So I made my registry, and we just passed Christmas, and in our Christmas cards we told our friends and family that we are starting the process to become foster parents, and put our registry link info on there, which is super exciting. And my employer already bought us a crib, which is just the kindest thing ever, and I'm so grateful. I was stunned whenever she wrote that in my Christmas card. I was like, this is so amazing. I was so worried that no one was gonna buy us a crib. Cribs are expensive, and I was just so happy. So our crib is on its way. It should be coming this week in the mail, which is amazing. But yeah, and I don't know, I'm debating having a baby shower sort of deal. I've been reading, and some people are like, oh, that's weird, but some people are like, yeah, it can be your own thing, it can be whatever you want. But it's kind of just like another thing I have to plan, so I'm not sure that I want to do that, but we'll see. I set our registry deadline date for March 1st, in high hopes that we can get our training done fast and start the home study process like in March, which I don't know if that will happen, but that's my high hopes. Yeah, I think that's all I have for right now. It's what we've done so far. We're working on our trainings and the paperwork slowly. Oh yeah, I'm also losing my job in January. The family I nanny for, they're putting their daughter in daycare, which I understand. It's just really sad because I love her, and also because then I have to find a new job, and for the foster care license they have to know that you have a steady income to support ourselves, to make sure that foster parents aren't taking advantage of the stipend you get, because the stipend is just for the child's needs, and we would never want to take advantage of that. That's not our intention at all. But so I have to get a new job. Well, also, because we need to pay for things like rent and food, but I have to get a new job, and so I'm waiting to fill out that financial form till like end of January to make sure I get a job and keep it. And yeah, so that's that. And oh, I also wanted to mention that Aidan and I are going to be Montessori parents. We really like the Montessori philosophy, and we want to follow most of the principles as much as we can. There are some things that with foster care we can't do. Like with Montessori, they like to have a floor bed for the child from as young as young. Most parents do a bassinet in their own room for like a few months, but then transition to floor bed, because then they have freedom of movement, and yeah, which I would love to do, but with foster care you have to have a crib, a safe space for the child to be, I guess. Yeah, things like that. But most things we're going to do Montessori, and I think I might show you at some point our registry and how things might be a little different from a normal registry, with Montessori philosophy in mind, which I'm really excited about. And I hope that, people don't get me things that aren't on my registry because I specifically didn't put things on there, So, we'll see. And we're also gonna try to cloth diaper, which again, if people don't buy us cloth diapers, that would be kind of hard because they are a little expensive, but it'll be less expensive in the long run. So and it's so much better for the environment to reuse your diapers for years and years. So really wanting to do that, so I'll update you on that at some point, when we actually have a kid. But yeah, I think that's all I have for right now, and I'll come back with an update soon. Bye for now.